Hi, thanks for joining me today. Are you researching towns in and around Denver? Well, I've got a great place for you, Superior, Colorado. If you've heard of it, have you ever thought what it would be like to live here? Well, my goal today is to go through the pros and cons and see if the pros can override the negatives of living here. Now, let's start first with the cons, because if you can't get past these, Superior might not be a good fit for you. The first con about living in Superior is the blandness of colors and styles of homes, and that they are really cookie cutter. As you drive through Rock Creek, you realize really quickly what I mean. The color palette is very neutral, and the styles of homes are similar in several neighborhoods. Very little uniqueness between the homes, and this applies to the townhouses and condos. The HOA is very strict about regulating appearance. Now, having said that, it is the type of community that when you drive through town, you realize that everything from open spaces, parks, and homes, that it's all impeccably maintained. I know that many of you have a strong preference for or against HOAs. So this could be a good telling sign if Superior could be a good fit for you or not. Now, moving on to my second con, it's the soil in the area. What is happening is that the soil that sits under many homes grows and shrinks by as much as 10%, depending on the water content within the soil. As a result, there is a lot of stress on the structure of the home, including the foundation, and can cause all sorts of damage, like foundational shifts and basement cracks. This all results in cases of foundations needing to be repaired, which are very, very costly. So when buying a house, it is worth looking into this and seeking the opinion of a structural engineer. Superior has its problems regarding this issue, but so do other areas in Colorado, with some being worse than others. Now, my number 3 is that it's located near Rocky Mountain Metropolitan Airport. This airport has been there since about 1960, while the majority of Superior went in a lot later. The airport per se is not located in Superior, but in Broomfield, which is the next town to the south of Superior. This airport is the 4th busiest in Colorado, so that really tells you what you can expect. The noise from the planes flying over Superior, in my opinion, can be annoying. There are corporate and private planes and jets flying in and out of there. You might think that since the airport is more south of Superior, that the northern part wouldn't be affected, but that's really not the case. Now, moving on to number 4, which is the cost of living. To live in Superior, you really need a well-paying job to cover the bases. On a scale where 100 is the national average cost of living, Superior scores 148. Now, while this number is high, the main component is the high cost of housing. In general, to live there, the housing costs are mostly offset by the higher salaries. In the United States, the average price of a home is less than $300,000. However, in Superior, the average property costs more than $750,000. Prices for apartments and rentals are similarly above average. Now, despite the pricier housing, it's worth noting that other expenses like healthcare and groceries, utilities, and transportation cost roughly the same in town as they would in other parts of the country. Now, to get perspective on the real estate portion of the cost of living, last year for single-family homes, the majority that sold were in the $600,000 to $800,000 price range, followed by the $400,000 to $600,000 price range. Now, on the other hand, if you want to build your dream home, lots that have recently sold show a price range from $270,000 to $500,000. So that could be another option. Size of lot, quality of views, and proximity to open space are factored for the variance in the price. Now, jumping to my number 5 con, which is tied to my last comment. Several of those lots I just mentioned were sold because of the Marshall Fire that took place a couple of years ago. So some people are selling their lots while others are rebuilding. As a result, there are still some construction sites going on, with some homes just starting to be built despite the fire having been 2 years ago. So if you don't want the banging and construction equipment around, this might not be a good fit for you at this time. Now, my number 6 con is a serious one. It's the high property insurance prices, which is due to the wildfire risk. Now, having already had a major fire in Superior has put everyone on alert. People living near open spaces, but not really just limited to them, wildfires can ignite during dry seasons. As a result of the Marshall Fire, I have heard that many policies have doubled in price. Now, my last con, if you're young and looking for a nightlife, is going to be really limited. Superior really, in my opinion, is more family-oriented and has an outdoor lifestyle mindset than a true nightlife scene. Those looking for more active urban excitement might find the local options limited. Now, if those cons didn't discourage you, let's see if the pros really help you realize that Superior could be for you. But before I start with the pros, my name is Michelle. I am a local realtor. So if you have any questions regarding any of these pros or cons, reach out and I'll get back to you. Now, my first pro, and probably the one that jumps out the most to me, is that it's very family friendly, with a wonderful sense of community. It's won many awards and accolades like Best Place to Raise a Family in Boulder County, Best Place to Live, and Best Suburb to Live in Colorado. I have spent many hours in Superior and have found it to be very friendly and community oriented and kid-centric. So if that's what you're looking for, this could be a good fit for you. I also find that the town has done a good job with building a sense of community through events. What also helps with the sense of community is that the town has amenities like pools, parks, tennis, pickleball courts, and is connected to the Boulder County Open Space Trail Network, so it makes it easy to get outdoor and head out with family and friends. Now, moving on to my second pro. Now, depending on what you are looking for, if you want nearby stores, you'll be happy because Superior has you covered. There are many shopping areas like Superior Marketplace that has a credit union, Costco, nail spa. Then across the street, you've got Superior Plaza with a coffee shop, liquor store, pizza shop, and others. There's also the Downtown Superior, which is a mixed-use development with housing, office, and entertainment venues, along with many medical services and the sports stable for your athletic endeavors. These three shopping areas are close to one another. Now, if you cross town and get to Rock Creek Village and Colton Village, where again, you've got many, many more choices. Moving on to my number 3 pro, it's the schools in Superior are very highly rated. Superior's 2 elementary schools, Superior Elementary is for grades kindergarten through 5th, and El Dorado has pre-kindergarten through 8th grade, and then there's Monarch High School. From the people I know that have sent their children to these schools, they have been very pleased. In general, I find that the community places a high value on education, along with strong support for the local schools. Now, for number 4, Superior really puts an emphasis on the environment and reducing the carbon footprint. They have developed a sustainability action plan with over 100 actions proposed within this plan to slow down the impacts of climate change and other negative impacts to our health and environment, as well as help our community adapt to the changes we are already experiencing. For example, they have a program called Downtown Superior Modes, and the goal is to encourage travel that has less of an impact on the environment, US 36 and the surrounding roads. This system encourages public transportation for residents traveling to and from downtown Superior, and the program within it is called My Way to Go. Its website helps connect people with carpools, so if you are environmentally conscious and want to live in a town that puts an emphasis on this, Superior could be a good fit. Now, moving along to number 5, being safety. Many neighborhoods participate in active neighborhood watch programs, which encourage everyone to look out for one another, report suspicious activities, and collaborate with local law enforcement to maintain a safe environment. So if you're coming with a family, this could be a very important factor in your decision. My number 6 is if you're active and place an importance on an outdoor lifestyle, Superior has you covered with lots of biking and hiking trails. It has several parks and over 30 miles of trails for hiking, biking, and running. Some of these parks include Autry Park, which is one of the most popular places to play pickleball. I know I've played pickleball there several times. There are 6 outdoor hard courts that have permanent lines and nets, and the courts are free. Then there's Purple Park, where the setting is gorgeous with ponds, creeks, playgrounds, and a shelter. Another park worth mentioning is Community Park that has 2 lighted softball fields, a large multi-use field, an open field used for soccer games, and a playground. Then there's also Wildflower Park that has a full playground, 95-foot zip line, an outdoor fitness trail, slackline posts, and multiple sports courts. This park is not your average one, and it is perfect for anyone looking to try out a new adventure. The proximity to the mountains allows you to do some skiing, snowboarding, and rock climbing. And the nearby Flatirons is a popular destination for hiking and climbing. Now, jumping to number 7, you know how you hear location, location, location. Well, Superior provides that with easy access to Boulder in 10 to 15 minutes, depending on where you are in Superior, and about 20 minutes to Denver. Superior is located along Highway 36, so it's easy to head out and be on the highway in no time to Boulder, Denver, and nearby Tech Hub, Interlochen Technology Park. So if you got through the cons and were okay with them, and if these pros were criteria of what you are looking for in a town, it might be worth giving me a call and I can answer any further questions you might have. My name is Michelle and I am a local realtor. My contact info is on the screen, and know that I will be the one answering your calls and emails. Thanks so much for joining me, and please subscribe and give me a thumbs up.